when it comes to the passport bros. I mean, we could debate kind of what the motivations are on the women's side. Is the men in Western countries are dissatisfied with the behavior of Western modern women, and they're looking to South America and Asia for more feminine traditional women.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with that part?
I understand with that statement. My thing would just be level up. Like, I just think that, all right, so what, the girl here wants you to make a decent amount. I'm not saying the extremities of like the 6-7 figure guys. I'm not saying that there aren't girls who don't want you just to be like not socially awkward. Like, a lot of guys are socially awkward.
The idea that men are done with Western women and walking away from unrealistic expectations is rooted in concerns expressed by some individuals who feel dissatisfied with contemporary gender dynamics, especially in relationships.
Yeah, this is like the number one thing Western feminists don't seem to understand. That, ladies, it doesn't matter or have anything to do with the fact that American Western women have this endless list of wants and entitlements, but everything to do with the fact that American and Western women have made themselves into the kind of women that men don't want anything to do with, that when men don't want to marry or have relationships with. And they're going overseas because those women overseas take pride in being the kind of women that men actually want to be with, that men actually want to marry and to build a life with. And they are, in droves. Every man who can afford to is leaving the US and leaving Europe to find true love, because Western women have turned themselves into what no man really wants.
Honestly, the amount of white dudes with Thai women that are waiting to board international flights, it's an absurdity. It is crazy. Like, half of the couples in this airport right now are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
Let me use a liberal argument. Well, why do you care? Does it affect your life? And the fact is, these white men understand that if they want to get feminine women, they're going to find it in Asian women.
One common sentiment is that men perceive women in Western societies to have high and sometimes unrealistic standards. These can include expectations around financial stability, emotional support, and physical appearance.
You go find a wife in the Philippines or Thailand or wherever these places are that are overseas. They're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life.
That in and of itself is racist. You see how quick the claws come out? The bitterness, the seething anger, triggered that passport bros are finding happiness in foreign lands because she can't do the same.
No, it's not. You're harassing me. I'm talking to your manager.
When you don't know how to shut up, and then your ego is more important than your job. This is how you behave. Modern woman.
In dating culture, there's a sense that men are often expected to meet these criteria without a corresponding level of appreciation or understanding of the challenges involved. Another issue raised is the influence of feminism and the way it has shifted traditional gender roles. Some men feel that while women have gained greater independence and equality in various aspects of life, the expectations from them in relationships have not been adjusted accordingly.
I hate to break it to you. I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
Will you send me the link of that t-shirt later? Because I want to get one. Send me the link.
Yo, what the fuck? Hold on, repeat that, Sydney.
It's not, it's just a t-shirt. Like, it's not.
Repeat it.
I was just saying, send the link of the t-shirt. Like, I feel.
That's a point, Sydney. That I've just communicated to you, like, how I think it's wrong, and you're like doubling down on.
I see how you think it's wrong.
I'm gonna back you up, girl sisterhood. I'm gonna buy a t-shirt that says I want to make men cry. That's so disgusting. This is the point I'm trying to get at, is hatred of men is basically fully accepted in society. Dude, shut up.
It's no, I see what he's saying though. Like I see what you're saying with the whole hatred of men thing.
For example, some men feel that women demand both traditional traits like financial security and emotional support, but also expect men to fully embrace progressive, gender-equal roles, without clear guidelines for how these different expectations should balance out.
Really don't appreciate shit. And this is why chivalry is dead. This is why men don't want to do shit for us anymore. Because the minute you start to not appreciate, but expect shit, I'm not doing it for you. And I'm a woman and I feel that way. And I know men that feel that way. I don't have to do anything for you but respect you. I don't have to send you money. I don't have to spend money on you. I don't have to do any of that. That's something I want to do.
If you actually talk to a woman and ask her what she's looking for, it all kind of boils down to, I want someone who loves me and respects me.
Let's continue with the brutal honesty here. That is what a large number of reasonable women want. However, unfortunately for the vast majority of those reasonable women, those are not the loudest women.
And somehow men still have a problem with that.
Again, no. Actually, most reasonable men don't.
Because at the end of the day, most straight men do not actually like women. They like what women can give them, but they don't actually like or care about women.
I wonder, what particular part of the ether, or rather should I say, the modern feminist handbook, are these sorts of ideas exactly being pulled from?
That's why so many of them are involuntarily celibate.
I wonder, was the whispering an attempt to try to sell that idea a little bit more? Because actually, most men aren't involuntarily celibate. They're choosing to remain alone where they can find peace.
Furthermore, changes in gender roles have created a sense of confusion and frustration for some men, who may feel uncertain about their role in relationships. While they want to be equal partners, they might feel they are still held to outdated standards of masculinity, including being the primary financial provider or protector, which can lead to frustration.
So dating these days is literally impossible. No one is actually single. We're all in like 6 different imaginationships, 2 different situationships, and then we're all still hung up on that toxic ex who literally ain't shit, but we just cannot get over.
There's also the perception that modern dating culture has become transactional, with some men believing women are more interested in what they can offer materially rather than valuing deeper emotional connections. The emergence of online communities that discuss these issues has amplified these perspectives.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but men are not jealous of women that make more money than them. They're also not resentful towards the women that make more money than them either. However, they are resentful towards the way that you treat them because you are making more money. How do you expect a man to coexist with a woman that is presenting masculine energy because she's making more money than him? There is absolutely nothing wrong with making more money than a man, but when you start to treat him like he is the woman in the relationship, that is a problem. Men are naturally providers. They want to provide. They will do anything to make sure that they provide for you. But once they feel like they cannot do that for you, you have basically stripped them of their manhood. So now, you making more money is not the problem. It's the way that you choose to act because you do.
With some men expressing a desire to find partners from different cultures where they believe traditional gender roles are still respected, and expectations are more aligned with their personal values. These men often seek relationships that they perceive as more straightforward or less burdened by what they see as unrealistic demands or societal pressures. And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.